Hello everyone, welcome to another episode here on Arbaal, episode 9, and what are we gonna do? We're gonna declare war. Well, we've declared war, but we're gonna fight it out, and, well, we'll eventually declare war on someone. That's always how it works. So, we actually got the Bloody Shackle. Oh wow, that's a nice ability to have on Arbaal. Some regeneration. Where is it? Hold on. Let me fuse some items. But yeah, we're fighting the Greenskins here, and we'll fight the Greenskins elsewhere too. So let me put this for category. There we go. Now we're doing fine. 2 fences blades. We don't want fences blades. We want whatever is coming in better. It's an obsidian blade. Yes. And then I have the potion of toughness. Do I want to merge it? I do not know. But the Bloody Shackle replaced by the collar of Khorne. Yes, definitely, because this is a heal, and heal is always overpowered. So that's it. And we also have the brass collar of Khorne, but that's for Scylla. So, wheeling banner. I mean, that's a nice banner, actually, instead of that. And I removed something else, but instead of the one that I had, that was better. Khorne Zealot or Construction Costs. Construction Costs, I guess, he'll conquer a lot of stuff, so it's going to be easier. And what else can we go, if not for Infernal Champion at this point? Well, I could go for Call to Bloodletting or something like that, or the spoilers. The spoilers would be nice. I'm not showing the ones that I'm talking about. I realize that. I'm very sorry. So, Arbaal, the Undefeated, has raised the place, and now I'm going to go towards that fell cargo that is over there. Can I force march a slightly bit? A tiny inchy bit. And that's a Shook the Bloody, and Scylla trying to get to Arbaal. So over here we're gonna have 2 main armies. Let me send the hero towards replenishing the troops of Valmir the Cleaver. And for now I'm thinking that either I fight the Greenskins or I fight Ostrogoth. So whoever is strongest, actually, never fight the weakest. The strongest will always double cross you eventually, so yeah. And what do I want? Well, I have 5 regiments of renown. Oh yeah, but I feel like some Gore Beast Sherries would be nice. Indeed. So that one gives me some upkeep. I would say, not upkeep, some income. I was right the first time. I was going to say income and then I said upkeep. But I was right. I should have trusted more. Oh, silly me. And we can get some trade deals. That's good, because we do need some developments. Oh, I can even get a defensive alliance there. And request for vassals. That's going to be sweet. I just want some gold for now. Yeah, defensive alliance. Let's pick it up. That's good. He's likely going to be dead before we even have that issue. Let's check out with the Disciples of Shut. Well, if they want this, that's good, because they had a couple of armies moving around, and I certainly don't want to have troubles with them or with these guys, because they are bordering my places. So the more that we can get good relations with anyone that is wandering around. I'm so sorry, my kid woke up at 3 a.m. So, Scarbrand, yes, we're gonna get a nice deal with Scarbrand too. And the whole point is just getting some gold, honestly. So I'm fine. Yeah, decent gold intake, so we can have some more buildings. And with the buildings, some income. Because together with the income and buildings, and of course the stuff that allows me, yeah, I can get that. Together with it, between the income, buildings, and the reduced upkeep, we get a decent economy, even if we don't just go around and sack everything. So for now, it seems good. If you really want a non-redless economy with Khorne, it is possible. With income, buildings, with cults, spreading a lot of cults, Arbaal is good for that. I'll try to demonstrate it. And of course, reduced upkeep. That's the one that will do it. A potion of far sight, which is awful. It doesn't do anything for us. We don't have ranged characters. Let me just give the void armor to someone. And the obsidian blade. That's nice. He's gonna have an obsidian blade. And the potion of far sight, what can I go with? The rock of inevitability. Inevitability. I mean, it's a nice item. I'll say that. It's a nice item, but I'm not considering too much. So Obsidian Amulet, no. That's the color of Khorne. Bloody Shackle is good, so I'm not going to fuse those items. But I'm thinking on fusing the Potion of Farsight and the Rock. Or the Potion of Toughness, actually. Well, I'll likely... yeah, the Rock. Let's fuse, and we get a Potion of Healing. Okay, that's nice, that's nice. If it was a Crown of Command, I would die inside a little bit. So who can have the heal? I didn't even realize that I'm putting it on a Blood Speaker, and it's actually a great idea. He has an ability to heal allies in exchange for his own health. So having a Potion of Healing is effectively you having a character that can heal others for free, because the damage from the heal is reduced by the Potion of Healing. So overall, it's like having a Potion of Healing for units, which is great, actually. I'm just checking in. The odds are a little bit there. Odd. You know, because I'm at sea. I recognize that should be the case. But overall, there seems to be some targets for me to transport. But for now, no. I'm going to keep that upkeep stuff. 15 minus 4, so I have some turns. I'm going to have to fight. Likely, I'm going to have to go back either here or via the north area. Yeah, maybe directly to Tlaqua on the next turn. And over here, Valmir the Cleaver and Ragur. I'm definitely gonna have to wage a war here. Maybe against the Greenskins, maybe against Astrogoth. I think the Greenskins. I think it will have to be Grimgor, because I don't want them betraying me and suddenly bringing up Warg armies, because that would be a pain, you know. It's one thing to attack them and know that you're going to have to face some Warg armies. It's entirely different that he prepares for you, you know? So, yeah, I'm thinking Grimgor is going to have to be the case. I just wish that he would conquer towards me. So, Arbaal the Undefeated actually spotted Shifty here. And we're going to have a nice battle on our midst. Gonna have the Wailing Banner, likely better on a cavalry unit, because they are not that powerful, so yeah. So, who knows? Who knows the best alternative? It's actually this one. Yeah. That's a bad map. It seems like there's a lot of hill and I cannot surround them. Ugh, it's gonna be a problem. Let's see. And indeed, it's one of the most defensible maps for the AI I've ever seen. Right on top of a hill, lots of wooded areas. Ugh. My plan is to just mobilize like this and try to destroy their flanks so that they go down and that they attack us on relatively even ground. And I'm hoping that the fact that they get the reinforcements that forces them on that. So my horsemen have successfully baited the orc chariots and goblin chariots and savage orc big guns that are here. Savage orc boar big guns. Yeah. Savage orc boar boy. Biggins. That's the deal. It's such a confusing name. You know, it's the savage with cavalry that is anti-large. That's how I think about it. But yeah, I really love the design of these Skull Crushers, the ROR ones. Remember that they are not anti-large, they're actually anti-infantry. But again, they're so powerful you can use them against large targets, no problem at all, you know. So, what else do we have here? What else do we have here? Did it work? Yes. That flank is dominated, which is perfect. And now I'm trying to send my missile cavalry units to fight against the bolt throwers, but the enemy has reacted properly and sent out a few more cavalry units against us. So right now I'm retreating and sending in my own cavalry just to see if we can have a go at these cavalry units. They are Savage Orc Boar Boy big guns, if not mistaken, so I gotta be careful who I send. It has to be the Skull Crushers there, because they're also anti-large. But overall the plan is working. He's going down the hill and into my army units, and I can retreat the cavalry units in case he's sending in stuff like the giants, like I see there. So time to fall back There's a lot of trolls and giants coming in. And my missile cavalry is going to attack the manglers. In the meantime, he is sending some of his forces, and this is going to be his undoing. So yeah, feels good, feels proper. Here come the trolls. Yeah, trolls just mash onto these chosen really well, but still they're chosen. They're not gonna die very easily. Even normal chosen can give them a run for their money, especially the way that these Khorne chosen are made. And here we have the chosen with halberds ROR against 2 units of large, which they're so good against this that I cannot think of a better engagement for these guys. So I'm so proud that finally I managed to put them on a good location. Look at that, the river trolls dying, the mangler squigs dying, and there's some trolls, stone trolls here, and giants, so I'll be able to have plenty of targets for that unit. Time to summon, and I thought it was a Bloodletters, but no, it's the Chaos Furies, and I'm gonna try to send them against the bolt throwers, even though they're mostly just gonna be a magnet for enemy missile fire, which is still decent, still a good use for it. Fighting giants with chosen, well, you can see on the effects there, my chosen are just holding on perfectly fine. So overall, this battle seems more complicated and more complex than it already is. And my chosen of Khorne, I mean, look at those stats. 59, 69, 58 weapon strength. It's a lot. These guys can survive a lot of punishment. So overall, I have some halberds here to deal and skull crushers to deal with the giant. With the other giant, I was sending in some singular entities such as my heroes. And right now, finally, I have the timing to summon a Bloodletter unit. So all these goblins are gonna flee very soon. And I wanted to flank the lords, the enemy lords, so that will help out as well. Yeah, let's trample some goblins on our back. It's amazing. It looks so cool. I'm following the unit just because they look so cool. Now we have some trolls here, and the bolt throwers are no longer attacking, but I feel like they have lost most of their momentum. Their single entities are gone, trolls are gone as well, everything is very low, and I'm using just the Chaos Spawn of Khorne and Arbaal to chase off these... Sorry. To chase off these... Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Chase off these orc Arab boys and goblins, and that will make the army losses. So overall, I'm very happy with this battle. I didn't lose anything. The cultist was hammered by one of the giants, so I had to be careful with him. But still, it was decent. I'm gonna get some replenishment because that's long due. Yeah. And yeah, there we go, Arbaal the Undefeated. What do we get for him, actually? He has the Harbingers of Death, that's nice. I can get the spoilers, and I'm so tempted to getting the spoilers, but I kind of want to make Arbaal really powerful. So melee defense or melee attack, or armor, it always gets weapon strength. So let's get Slaughter, yeah, that's nice. And what we have yet? I think I need, because this guy is using the shrine, and it's like a magnet for missiles, so I want to ensure that he has some missile resistance. And what else do I want? The recruit rank? No, I'm not recruiting. I'm actually recruiting, but not too much. I think the Summoned from Beyond army ability is much better, because summon units just work so well with Khorne. And it's something that they're not really, let's say, known for it, but because they don't have magic, you know, but they have so many summons and so many summon ideas that it's just so great to use them with Arbaal here. So, I'm having a lot of fun, actually. It seems one-dimensional, But I like to say about Khorne is that it's a dimension that it's really cool. You know, it's just pure melee power, and I'm using ranged. So, but no, it doesn't use magic, but still there's plenty of abilities, and I'll try to showcase a few of them. Now, I'm thinking I need something to fight single entities there, so I'm gonna use them as I can. Let me bring in an exalted hero for him. Mainly because of the replenishment that he can give. You know, with the Chaos Strategist idea there. And yes, we can get Pirates of Sartosa a non-aggression pact, even though they are at war with Khorne, so, but still. And some treaties here as well. This is just to get some gold, because I'm starving for gold. And when you're starving for gold, it can be a problem. Now, the Greenskins have captured some regions of Ostrogoth, and now I believe it's the right time to ambush them. So I am going to declare war on them, and hopefully my ambushes spring. They don't spring an ambush, but he still tries to fight me, which is excellent. Especially because it's already given me a Pyrrhic victory. But his reinforcements are nothing. He has like 2 giants, and that's it. The rest is goblins, and my units can deal with goblins very easily. So all that I need to do is deal with the initial army. That is no match for these guys. No match whatsoever, you're gonna see. That's a lot of damage. So the purpose here is to try and send my missile cavalry units to deal with the goblin bolt thrower. Maybe I can use the summons for it. Oh, definitely use the summons for it. And yeah, that should be fine. So let's try and deal with the army as quickly as possible. Just send everyone in, trying to deal with that army in under a minute and a half, because that's when the reinforcements are coming in. And I'm going to send a Bloodthirster against the enemy lord, because he is mounted on a wyvern, he's flying, so why not sending a Bloodthirster against him? And effectively we will, but before that we're going to see just how effective these missile cavalry are against all that he's sending. The Mangless Squigs are very easy to target, and as you've seen, some of them have already died. And now my Bloodthirster is ready to do the damage against the wyvern. While we are waiting for him to kill or be killed, we have a summon here on the bolt throwers, and that's the power of summons. I mean, these are 3 units now held back by 1 unit that it's completely without need, and he actually moved away with this with the bolt throwers, so they're out of work. They're no longer working. They're no longer doing their damage, so that's good. Here they are. I don't know why they came in melee, but well, I guess that's their undoing. They're gonna fight my Skull Reapers. And one good thing about this lord is that he does have an ability called the Murderous Exhortations. These are 2 uses of basically what is, I'm gonna resume it for you. This is in essence the Flock of Doom. It's a Flock of Doom ability basically, and that's good. 2 charges of it. It's excellent, and you do a lot of damage to the enemy, and you also reduce their leadership, which is always good against the Greenskins. So overall, this is a good lord actually to have against this sort of army. And we're about to take out all of his single entities here just in time, because there's more coming in. The giants are over there, and yet we're going to use another one of our summons to once more try to delay the reinforcements. And these are the ice skating Bloodthirsters, so yeah. I just said something at random, you know, because they look like they were ice skating, but they're not Bloodthirsters. They're blood. What are they? It's so much things with blood. I don't know anymore. I can read it, but yeah. So the giants are coming in against my Skull Takers, or no, Skull Taker. That's the lord. Oh god, my brain isn't melting now. I think it's I blame the temperature. It's too hot here. Not too hot for Khorne because they're red. But yeah, it's too hot here. So my ROR unit of Wrathmongers, these are easy. They don't have blood or skulls, even though they have both. they can definitely deal with the giant. And what I did is I actually used an ability for them to lose no entities and have more melee attack and less melee defense. So entities cannot die fighting against the giant. Yes, sir. So that way they can fight and be reasonably well against the damage from the giant. My Marauder Horsemen are also hitting the giant really well, so as soon as I finish up the single entities, the giants, everything else is just goblins. So this battle is done, and all that I need is to ensure that I survive the battle with everyone, you know, that everyone survives without being dead. There we go. Get some of those axes with fire. I don't know how they do it, but still, I'm not gonna judge. They're pretty good at what they do. Sending some of these skull something. I swear I forgot about that. Skull Reapers? It's Skull Reapers, right? Yeah, I think so. And then we have the Gore Beast Chariots here, because yes, they are against some unit of Stone Trolls, but most of the units here are just Orc Boys or Orc Boy Spears, so they can handle it. They don't die too much. And all that I wanted was to split the enemy from the giants so that I can take care of the giants and then just move in for the kill against the other units, which won't be necessary because the giants are routing and everyone else routes after. So that's a victory. I actually wanted them to survive a little bit, but they didn't survive, which is good. I could just use them, you know, attack that army and force the reinforcements from another army to come in, you know, that sort of idea. Lots of damage on everyone, but that's to be expected. 1990 there, that's good. Lots of damage, really spread out, so which means that everyone did their job. Army replenishment would be nice, and we have the skulls. Well, that's a lot of skulls, actually, compared to the value in gold. Yes, that's like 2 skulls per, or 1 skull per 2 gold, so that's good. Now we end the turn, and they did attack with Greenskins here, but I retreated, so that army is now trapped and is going to have a 2v1 against my armies on the next turn. And then there's Grimgore here, but likely I'll be able to deal with that army of the enemy and then retreat. Over here we have Wurzag, the Great Green Prophet, with an army made entirely almost of Mangless Squigs, which, as you've seen, are not exactly effective against Chosen. And especially not against halberd units. But I'm thinking that maybe I can ambush, and that will settle the case. Because if I can ambush that army, that's perfect. I'm gonna destroy it, and then I can attack Tlaqua. I can have 80% chance there. Yep, that should be fine. I'll have Scylla entering and joining in very soon. And as soon as I conquer a place here, I'll likely sue for peace and then go back to concentrate my efforts on the Greenskins. But that'll be on the next episode. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.